Hey, what's up guys? I'm Gracie from StyleMeGracie.com, and today I am here with two lovely ladies. I think you know who they are, Michelle Phan and Jkissa. What's up, ladies? What's up? So you guys have asked questions about work, about life, and today we're here to answer those questions. We have some themes and we're gonna jump right into it. And Michelle, you're up first. Are you ready?
Whoa, okay.
Are you ready for it? I got my bowl of questions.
That's a beautiful bowl.
You like it?
Oh my gosh.
I worked hard on this.
I want to pick all of them. They're so pretty. I have to close my eyes, right? Okay.
Okay, and just pick one. You got it.
Okay, I have something here. Can I open and read?
Yes, you can.
Theme is your beliefs and standards. The first question is, how do you shape your beliefs and standards, and do they continue to change?
Okay, so that's for you to answer.
Oh wow.
So
That's
how
heavy.
do you shape your beliefs and standards, and do they continue to change? That's a serious question.
It is a serious question. I think, and I'm pretty sure you guys can relate, you know, like 6 years ago, you look back, especially now this day and age where like everything is documented. Like it's so easy to just take a picture, a selfie, film a video, and 6 years will just fly by, and that's exactly what happened to me.
Wow.
And whenever I look back at my videos, I think, oh my gosh, like I've changed a lot, like my looks and how I edit, how I speak.
Yeah.
And I look at the clothes I wear too, like wow, everything changed, but then it's not just the superficial part. I look at how I've changed as a person too, my beliefs and my ideals, and even my integrity. Like a lot of it, you're always testing your integrity whenever you're going out into the real world and you're working with other people, you know? And along the way, like you're evolving with that, because you might believe in one thing. For example, you know, I would never date a guy that smokes, right?
Yeah.
Like when we're I would never date a guy that smokes and drinks.
Yeah.
Well, you know, my boyfriend, he's trying to quit smoking, and you know, he has a beer from time to time.
Yeah.
But see, like already right there, like your beliefs will constantly change because you're constantly changing and evolving too.
Exactly, that makes total sense. What about you, Jake?
I shape my beliefs and my kind of standards on not only what my mom kind of instilled within me, but also the mistakes that I've made throughout my life. Yeah. And I don't like to say that people change, they evolve and they grow as who they are as a person. So I think that my kind of beliefs grow within who I am, and kind of when I grow, they grow as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that totally makes sense. I think when I was younger, I definitely had ideas about life that I was really strong, like felt really strongly about. And then now I'm like, oh, well, now that I'm older, I kind of get how people evolve and they change.
Absolutely.
Different environments, different circumstances. And I think you're right, we're always growing. And I think that's a great thing.
Me too.
I think it has to happen. I think it's kind of like the inevitable truth, you know? We're no different than you see a tree with 4 seasons, you know, it's changing every season. It has to adapt, and I think that's the whole point of everything in life, is we're constantly being challenged to readapt and learn something new and change with it. I think even 5 years from now, in this interview, we're gonna look back and be like, well, I totally changed from that. Like, I don't know what she's talking about.
That's such a good point. Jkissa, do you want to read the next question?
Is it hard to stick to your beliefs and standards, or does it come naturally? I think for me, I stick to kind of my beliefs and standards. I've had people try to sway me, even if it's just dyeing my hair this color, people are like, oh, you should really have normal hair color. And to me, that's not who I am, and so I've had people try and sway me that way, but also within my beliefs as well. I'm just very rock solid.
When you talk about like within your beliefs, can you be more specific? Like what do you mean exactly?
I definitely believe that if you do something kind for someone, you get it in return. And I see people treat others badly for no reason.
Yeah.
And so I could easily be swayed by that based on the people I'm around if they're treating someone badly. But I always try to, if they are getting treated badly, I always try to go the extra mile to make sure they are at least being treated nicely by me. And I feel like that does come back around. It's kind of like karma.
Karma,
you know?
yeah.
Good karma.
I love that. What about you, Michelle?
I think beliefs can change. Like you can always believe in new things, but I think the most important out of everything is having a sense of like a moral foundation. You can believe in something different and new, but if your morality and your intentions are true and they're rock solid, I think everything else will fall into line, because you can't always just believe in the same thing over and over again. And then you're stubborn enough where, let's say, someone brings in something like, hey, I need you to do this. Well, I can't do it because, you know, it's out, you know, I don't believe in that.
I was gonna say, do you have an example?
Yeah. my mom, you know, she's very, very Christian. She goes to church, and you know, like that's why I admire her, because she's such a spiritual person. Before she was Christian, she was Buddhist. And you know, it makes a lot of sense because she grew up with that religion or that way of life, you know.
Right.
For myself, you know, I've been just curious, and I've been opening myself up more to learning and studying other religions. I should understand and read everything.
That's awesome.
You know,
Yeah.
and so I'm going through this right now where my mom, she feels like she's scared for me.
Yeah.
You know, she's scared that I am swaying away from the church. And I said, no, Mommy, if anything, this is solidifying my belief in God, the universe. I had to step back, and I had to look at, okay, well, I think it's always good to kind of check yourself every once in a while. You know?
I agree.
Especially if your mom or someone you really love is really concerned. I don't think you should be stubborn to like think you're always right.
And just shut them out.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
important, because if they really care for you, and you know, like my mother brought me into this world. If there's anyone that should care for me, it's her. And if there's any opinion I respect the most, it's hers.
Right.
And so I kind of had to step back, and I had to look at it in a very secular point of view, thinking, well, am I doing this too fast? And I had to really check myself. And then I realized, you know what? It's no different than like opening a history book and learning something new.
Exactly.
You know, that's how I
so
see
yeah.
it. I'm just educating myself, and I'm gaining more knowledge and wisdom. And so, to answer your question, absolutely, my beliefs will change, but I think my morality and my integrity will always stay the same.
Wow, that was amazing. I love that example you gave, and I totally agree. I think bottom line for me is I want to be a good person, and I want to be nice to people. And whether
Woo, good people. Cheers to that. We gotta cheers to
cheers
that.
to good people.
Cheers to good. We need more good people in the world, right?
Right?
Cheers to
Exactly. So I think we really tackled that question. I think we could probably move on to the next one. This is, you know, along the same lines, but how do you deal with people whose beliefs differ from your own? So more specifically, I would say is like, if you do, you know, kind of what you touched on with your mom, but if you do have someone in your life that doesn't believe what you believe at all, but you still want them in your life, or you still love them and care about them, like how do you deal with that? I have a cousin in my family who, like we were raised Catholic, and recently he became a born-again Christian, and for some reason ever since that happened, he feels the need to kind of like push on that like faith onto us. And not that it's so different, like the Catholic faith and the Christian faith, they all believe in Jesus and God, but it's just a different way of doing it. And I always find it's very hard to like not insult him, but just be like, hey, it's cool that you believe what you believe, and let me believe what I believe.
Absolutely.
And let's not argue about it, and let's not discuss it. Let's just all be cool with what we believe in.
Absolutely.
So, do you guys have a similar situation with anyone, or?
Yeah, I think bottom line is respect. You know,
Yeah.
you can respect someone's belief. You don't have to believe in it, but you can respect it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we all need to start showing each other, is a sense of respect and of, you know, support, you know. We don't need to believe in the same religion. Whatever your beliefs are, that's fine, as long as you respect the other person to pursue happiness.
Fairness, yeah.
I think that's really the key to really, you know, when you're approaching someone that is swayed by your beliefs, and they're trying to like either, because I see this all the time, like especially with what I'm doing right now, I'm learning and I'm like researching and I'm gaining new wisdom and knowledge, and people are swaying me. They're telling me, Michelle, like this is witchcraft. Well, first off, if you're insulting me, that already shows that you're scared. You know, like that's the worst way to really shine light, or to, you know, show that you're concerned, is by scaring them or by kind of threatening them.
Yeah. Of course.
And so when someone does that to me, automatically I'm just not going to say anything. Like it's best not to say anything. There's no point in arguing. And so some people are so set in their ways that there's really no point in really saying something. You kind of just have to let them speak. And, you know, you just say, you know what, I respect your belief. I just hope that you can respect mine. And just leaving it like that.
Exactly.
One of my favorite quotes kind of playing off of that is, you always fear what you don't know.
Yeah.
And I think that can come into play with a lot of different things. And then similar to you, Gracie, my dad's side of the family is very extreme Christian. And so my mom is kind of more relaxed, and she's open to expressing herself in any way that you find necessary. And so kind of when I announced that I wanted to be a makeup artist, my dad's side of the family did not like that, and they wanted to sway that kind of belief that I couldn't do what I wanted. I needed to be a doctor, lawyer, something, you know, like a stable career. But yeah, and so, and they didn't accept me for who I was on the inside, and it was hard, you know? But I think that just sticking through that, and even if it was my family telling me those things, and just sticking to my beliefs.
To your own beliefs, yeah.
Yeah, that kind of made me the person I am.
Well, look at where you're at now.
Yeah.
You're in LA, doing your makeup.
That's amazing. Sticking to what you
You're
want.
living it.
I know.
All right, well, we got some great stuff, you guys, so let's see what's next.
For the previous topic, just click right here, and for the next video, click right here. And if you want to learn how to make this tasty cucumber limeade, just click on this little guy right here. Click,